Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we're painting a Christmas ornament. Well, on last week's show, we did a little bit of power carving. Nothing extravagant, but a heck of a lot of fun. And as promised on last week's show, this week I'm going to show you how to paint it up and decorate it. So let's not talk too much about what we're going to do. Let's get into doing it and head over to the bench. Well, what we're going to be decorating these with is just simple craft acrylic paint. So we're going to start with the white, and the first thing we're going to work on is his beard. You don't want to load your brush too heavy. You want just a little bit of paint on it. You want to brush with your carving lines. If you get it too gloppy in here in the detail, you're going to end up losing all of that beard hair that you took so much time and effort to carve. Now, once you start getting closer to the top, you want to be a little more careful, of course, because this is where his beard ends and his flesh begins. Now, you may be thinking that I chose white because that's most of what the ornament is, and that is not true, actually. The reason that I chose to do the white first is it's the easiest to cover up when you make a mistake. So along here on the cheek line, if I don't like the line that I've made there in the white and I've painted too far, it's much easier to cover up white than if I had gone in there with a darker color. So that's the purpose of choosing the white first. All right, so up here by the hat, and then down along, now you can see there I just got some paint on his cheek, but that's okay. It's white, it's easy to cover. All right, so I think you guys get the idea on the white. So let's finish that up, get all of the white spots, and then you can come back and see me when you're happy with what you have there. Well, I checked and I didn't have any flesh tones, so I had to mix some, and for that I mixed up a little bit of burnt sienna, a little dab of orange, and some white to get excuse me, to get some flesh tone here. And we're just going to use a smaller brush and carefully paint around all of our hairlines and get our entire face done with the flesh tone. Now this is where you can fix up some of your mistakes that you may have made here along his beard line and really clean up those lines if you want. Now this is where you're going to want a small brush when you come to do the areas down in here being his lower lip and a little bit of flesh under that shows beneath his beard. So there we go, there's the area in his chin and his lower lip painted. Okay. So there is all of the flesh tone painted. We would like to get some rosy cheeks and maybe a different color for his lips. So all I'm going to do is, I don't want to go too crazy, so I'm just going to look to see if I have a red here. Oh my goodness, I'm painting Santa. I sure hope I have a red. And I'm just going to add a little drop of red to our flesh tone that we already mixed up. And that will suffice for our lip color. I've got the tiniest drop of red here, and you just want to add it in sparingly. Don't go crazy because it doesn't take much to tint this in the color that you want. Just a little more. And looking at that, I think I'd like to have it a little darker. So a little darker, just like this. There we go. Let's try that. See if we like that on there. Now we're just going to put just a little bit of color. Wipe it dry here pretty much. And just a touch of color on the cheeks. You don't want a lot. There you go. And if you want, you can even blend in a bit of the flesh color just to soften it a bit. Just like that. And we'll do the same thing here to soften this one. There we go, a little bit of color in his cheeks. And now I'm going to go back in with a little bit of white and just paint his eyebrows carefully. And I was going to save it for later, but seeing I've already got the brush out and I've already got the white paint on it, we might as well do his eyes now that we're here. I'm going to have to fix those up. He looks a little evil right now, doesn't he? I expect lasers to shoot out of them soon. Okay. There we go. There's one. And I'll just fix up his other one here. There's a couple areas there that I don't like how the flesh tone bleeds into the eye. And we've still got some of the flesh tone here. We'll just roll our brush and very carefully touch it up there on the edge. Now you probably don't even see that there, how that was kind of sticking out, but it was very obvious when you see it in person. And we've got another little blob here that, again, on camera you'd probably never notice it. And honestly, on the tree you'll probably never notice it. But you know what? I'm going to notice it. So we'll fix it. So I want Santa to have some bright blue eyes. So what I've done here now is put a little bit of blue on here. And we're just going to paint in his eye color carefully. Try to get the eyes as symmetrical as you can. Sort of stand back a bit and look at it and see if you're happy with what you have there. There you go. So there's his bright blue eyes. He's looking a little surprised at the moment. I don't know what the deal is. I think the problem there is that I have a little too much white. So we're just going to come in carefully over the eye and just reduce the size of it so that he's not so shocked. But you don't want to go too far and make it look like he's squinting either, so it's kind of a fine balance. Okay, so hopefully you can see that there, that his eye is much smaller on that one. And we'll do the same thing on this side, shrinking it in the inside part here and just a little underneath. And up top as well, we really want to shrink that down. That is way too much white up there. So there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. His eyes look a little better now. He's not so shocked. And the last thing to do there with his eyes, of course, is he needs a pupil. All you want to do is get your brush, form your tip. I'll hold him over Santa's beard so you can see I've got a nice point there. And we just want to dip into the black so that we don't mess up the point, and right in the middle of the blue, put a dot. And we will do the same thing over here. A dot, just like that. And what that does, of course, is it really cuts down on that the bright blue eyes, and gives you a little more realism. Well, the last part here that we need to paint is, of course, Santa's iconic hat. And this is where we want to come in around the edge of the white trim and clean up any of the areas where we may have gone over with our white. And then the same thing up top. You want to clean up that line between his pom-pom and the hat. There we go. This is looking great, if I do say so myself. Now, one way to steady your brush, you see how I have my pinky there on Santa's beard? That's so that I can brace my hand and get a little bit of support so I'm not painting free air. So that's a little tip there, how you can steady your brush a little better. Okay. So there's only one last thing here to do with Santa, and that is to install an eye hook. Well, the first thing that I want to do here with Santa's head is I'm going to take my jeweler's drill, and right in the top of his pom-pom, I'm going to drill a hole here. Now, there's two things that we can do here if you like. We can install an eye hook if you have small eye hooks, and from there you can use fishing line to attach them to your tree, or we can install the fishing line directly into the hole so that it's a little more seamless. And I think that is what I would like to do. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of masking tape down here on the bench, and what that's going to be for is for a little blob or drop or whatever you want to call it of CA glue. So we're just going to put a little bit of it here, just like that. And now I have a piece of 10-pound test fishing line here, and we're only using the 10-pound test for the size of it, really, not for its load capacity. Now, I've already tested this in the hole, so I know it's going to fit. So what you want to do is line up your two ends very carefully so that they're very close together. We're going to dip it here in the CA glue to get a good coating, and then very carefully place it into Santa's head. And we're just going to hold that there until it cures. And then you can call this project finished. Incidentally, the masking tape was so that you could just peel it off and get rid of it without having any kind of mess, by the way. And there you have it. A painted Santa ornament. Guys, this project has been a fantastic one for introduction to power carving, with last week's show being actually carving the ornament and then this week's doing the painting. And while you may think that this week's show is, maybe a little dull or lame or what have you, there are those out there who may have never touched a brush to paint or paint to wood. So it's a great way for them to learn and get some confidence. And even though my Santa's eyes are a little wonky, I'm okay with that. This thing is going to look great on the tree. So what's the next step with this ornament? Well, you can hit it with some spray lacquer just to seal it in, and I probably will do that as I've done with my other ones in years past. Some of my other ornaments have used eye hooks in their heads in order to hang them from the tree. And honestly, with this one, I just thought that the tiny little eye hook was still too bulky, and I opted for gluing that fishing line directly into the head of the Santa. And I think for this ornament, it'll work a lot better. If you don't have the fishing line and you want to use an eye hook, that is 100% fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Guys, I honestly hope that you've enjoyed this project. It has been a heck of a lot of fun. So much fun for so little expense. Next to no paint being used, very little stock. In fact, it's mostly scrap. You could carve one of these things with a box cutter knife and be done with it. You don't even need the power carvers. Guys, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss notifications of future shows. I want to thank you so much for tuning in this week. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I also hope that you're going to join me again next week when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesdays.